I've got one container of potatoes left and I've decided that I'm going to empty it. They've been in there a while now and it's constantly raining, so I don't want those potatoes to start rotting if they're ready now. So we're going to do that today. And let's see if we can beat as best out of 3 containers, the highest one so far being 3.3 pounds, which is a really good result. And that's as planned. It's still got some decent growth on it, but quite a few parts of it are starting to get a little bit tired now. I could leave it for a little bit longer, but as I said, I don't want to risk anything happening. Slugs will not only eat the foliage, they'll bury down and they'll ruin your potatoes as well. And once again, these are rocket first earlies. Another thing that's definitely worth mentioning is that we've had such a lot of rain over the last few weeks, and if you're doing container gardening like we are, you need to be aware that the more rain we get, the more nutrients are going to leach out of those containers. So you could have a bunch of plants that's not getting any feed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to feed them a little bit more often. We're not going to overfeed them by putting 2 caps of feed in rather than 1. We're just going to do it every 8 days, especially if your plants are now fruiting. So to avoid all your plants getting tired, make sure you give them plenty of feed and you'll get the best results like that. And you can use any feed that you want. You can use liquid seaweed, you can just use tomato food if you want. At least they're getting something rather than nothing. And I've got another video coming on Caravan Channel today, and it is some good news for us once again. But this news is even better. So if you want to see that video that will be going on at some point this afternoon, then please click on that link in description, pop over to Caravan Channel, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for regular updates. So let's empty this last container of potatoes and see what we get. And don't forget, we kept a couple of the ones that we've already harvested, and we've got them currently in that propagator waiting for them to start growing, so we can then get another lot on go as well, ready to harvest a bit later in the year. And if you want to do that yourselves, you're best using first earlies or second earlies, because they take between 12 and 17 weeks to reach maturity so you can harvest something. So that's why we've got another 3 containers on go, but I am going to pinch a few more and maybe set up another 3. Maybe we can get some potatoes ready for Christmas. Let's go and empty this one. So once again, quite a small container. This was the one that we took that potato out of quite a while ago, and it was quite a big one. So if we're just below that best weight, we'll take that into consideration. Let's get rid of these tops. And we'll get this tipped out and hope we've got something worthwhile. I can see straight away that there is quite a few ants running around in here. But I can also see that we've got some potatoes. And this is another problem that you get, unfortunately. If you leave them too long, they'll get too wet and then they'll split. So, as suggested by a couple of people last time we got this, I might try and re-chit this one and plant it. That's not a very good start. We're reusing this compost, so it's all going back in this container. But we have got a really good one there. That's brilliant. There doesn't seem to be as many in this container, unfortunately, as there were the others. But we're still getting some good sized ones. So let's dig in a bit deeper. If there isn't many potatoes in here, I think that kind of makes up for it. That's probably the biggest we've had yet. It looks to me like that's it. Not as good as I was hoping for, but we got something. I don't think we're going to beat that 3.3 pound record this time around, but we have had a couple of really good results out of very small containers. This is now all getting saved to reuse. I have noticed a couple of cats around here though, so I'm going to cover these up or maybe wedge them under that van so the cats can't get in them, and also they're not going to consistently get wet through either. I'm still going to weigh these, but I'm also going to bear in mind that we did get one this size out of that same container already. So I'll get my scales ready. We'll set those to 0. And I'm just going to weigh that one potato just to give me an idea. So that one potato is basically half a pound, which is not a bad weight to be fair. So let's pop the rest of them in. I'll reset that again, and then we'll weigh them all together. We've still got over £2 of potatoes, so that's brilliant. We would have done a bit better if that really big one had not split, so that's definitely something to be wary of. The bigger they grow, the more rain we get, the more chance there is of those potatoes splitting. And we've only had 2 split out of 3 containers, so I think we've done well out of that. So £2.18 of new potatoes from a very small container, still well worth doing considering we only put one little potato in each of those containers. And so far between them we've had almost £8 of potatoes back. So we'll see if we can get these little potatoes that we saved to grow, and we'll start that process all again, and then we can do some more potato reveals round about autumn. Anyway, thank you so much for being part of the channel, really do appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos in future, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you next time. And if you want to see that new caravan video and why it's such a good result, then please click on the link in the description. It was quite warm in the van, but at the same time it was very windy outside, so I thought for a change I'll pop over to the local pub, we'll have a couple of drinks and we'll watch football. As you're probably aware, England got a result, which is brilliant, but I never thought for 1 minute that just by doing something different for a change it would also end up in a result for me. And then maybe also subscribe to that one as well. You take care.